A single human walked into the arena. The predators didn't walk out. The Nexus Arena had witnessed countless battles across 3 millennia. Species from every corner of the galaxy came to prove their worth in the ancient Colosseum that floated in the void between star systems. The rules were simple. Enter as prey, leave as predator, or don't leave at all. Commander Zixtal of the Hegemony Council adjusted his 4 eyes as he gazed down at the arena floor from his observation deck. Today's entertainment was particularly anticipated. The newest species to join the galactic community, humans, had requested trial by combat. One representative would face the Tricketh Pack, apex predators from the death world of Sanguine Prime. Foolish mammals, chittered Advisor Nethra, her mandibles clicking with amusement. Their homeworld scans showed they're barely above the predator threshold. Class 7 death world at best. The Tricketh evolved on a Class 12. Zixtal nodded agreement. Humans had made quite the impression since first contact 6 months ago. They were surprisingly adaptable, unnaturally curious, and possessed an odd tendency to form emotional bonds with anything that moved. Most species found them endearing but weak, soft-bodied creatures from a moderate world who somehow developed space travel despite lacking natural weapons, armor, or enhanced senses. The arena gates groaned open. From the eastern tunnel emerged the Tricketh Pack, 3 specimens of pure evolutionary perfection. Each stood 9 feet tall, their obsidian carapaces gleaming under the arena lights. Razor-sharp talons extended from their 6 limbs, and their triangular heads housed jaws capable of crushing titanium alloy. They had never known defeat in the arena. The crowd's roar shifted to confused murmur as the western gate revealed the human representative. The creature was impossibly small by arena standards, barely 6 feet tall with pale, exposed skin and no visible natural weapons. It wore simple black clothing and carried what appeared to be primitive metal tools. "Is this some kind of joke?" Zixtal demanded. The human had given only one name, Marcus Chen. His file indicated he was a Marine, though no one in the hegemony understood what that meant. As he walked to the arena center, his movement was wrong somehow. Too fluid, too controlled. The Tricketh, bred for hunting, immediately recognized something their audience missed. This wasn't prey behavior. The arena's ancient stones began their countdown ritual, glowing in sequence. Marcus stood motionless, hands loose at his sides, breathing steady. The Tricketh spread into a hunting formation, their compound eyes tracking every micro-expression on his face. When the final stone flared, the predator struck. The first Tricketh launched itself through the air with supernatural speed, talons extended for a killing blow. Marcus moved, not away but toward the attack. He rolled beneath the creature's trajectory, one of his metal tools flashing upward. The crowd watched in stunned silence as the Tricketh crashed to the arena floor, dark ichor pooling beneath its motionless form. The second predator attacked before its packmate had finished falling. This time Marcus didn't dodge. He stepped forward, inside the creature's reach, and the crowd gasped as those terrible talons raked across his back. Blood flowed, but the human didn't falter. Instead, he drove his blade up under the Tricketh's carapace with surgical precision. The third Tricketh, seeing its pack slaughtered in seconds, unleashed a hunting cry that had frozen the blood of countless prey species. Marcus turned toward the sound, and for the first time the crowd could see his face clearly. He was smiling. The final predator charged with desperate fury. Marcus met it head-on in a collision that should have pulverized his fragile bones. Instead, there was a blur of motion too fast for most eyes to follow. When the dust settled, Marcus Chen stood alone among 3 corpses, his primitive blade dripping. The arena fell silent, except for the sound of his steady breathing. "Impossible," whispered Nethra. The combat lasted 37 seconds. The Tricketh have never been defeated in less than an hour. Zixtal found his voice. "How?" he called down to the human through the arena's communication system. "Your species reads as barely sentient predators. You have no natural weapons, no armor, no enhanced reflexes. How did you kill apex hunters like they were juveniles?" Marcus looked up at the observation deck, and his next words would echo through galactic history. You scanned our world and saw a Class 7 death world, but you missed something important. He gestured to the carnage around him. Every single day on Earth, my species shares that planet with creatures that could kill us without effort. We have no claws, no fangs, no natural armor. We're slow, weak and fragile. He paused, letting that sink in. So tell me, commanders, what kind of species not only survives on a world full of superior predators, but becomes the apex species? What kind of evolution produces creatures that compensate for every physical weakness with something far more dangerous? The silence stretched until Marcus answered his own question. We don't just use tools, we become them. We don't just adapt to our environment, we remake it. And we don't just survive as individuals, we survive as a species that turns every disadvantage into a weapon. Marcus Chen walked toward the exit, leaving 3 apex predators, as evidence of a simple truth the galaxy was only beginning to understand. Humanity hadn't climbed to the top of Earth's food chain despite their weaknesses. They had done it because of them. In the observation deck, Zixtal was already drafting new classification protocols. Earth would need to be reclassified as a Class 15 death world, not because of its environment, but because of what it had produced. The arena had found its new apex predator, and it walked on 2 legs.